A very good morning to all of you children. So after a long gap we are meeting again, and today I want to discuss the questions of first term examination, mainly the numerical problems. So many students have done well, but so many of you have disappointed me. So let us start discussing the questions. First of all, we will discuss the objective questions which we have given in the Google form. So question number 1. A bus covers 30 km at a uniform speed of 60 km per hour. So the distance, this is question number 1 of physics MCQ questions. So distance is given 30 km and speed is given 60 km per hour. It covers next 30 km with a speed of 40 km per hour. Now it is also given that the bus cover next 30 km. It means S2, as we represent the distance with letter S. So I am writing S1 the first 30 km and S2 for the next 30 km. And here speed is 40 km per hour. And the question is the total time to cover the distance. So first we will calculate how much time here bus will take to cover a distance of 30 km with a speed of 60 km per hour. So a very simple formula that you know, that speed is equal to distance by time. So we can write time is equal to distance by speed. So we will use same formula. So here we are writing T1. It means the time taken to cover this first 30 km will be similar S1 by V1. So S1 is 30 km and V1 is 60. So if you will simplify, you will get half R. So you can also write it as 0.5 R. Similarly, we will calculate the time taken to cover next 30 km with a speed of 40 km per hour. So we can write S2 by V2. So it will be 30 by 40. So you will get 3 by 4, and if you will simplify it, you will get this much R. Okay. Now you have in question you have to calculate the total time. So total time will be sum of these two. It means T1 plus T2. So it will be 0.5 plus 0.75. So if you will add, you will get 1.25 R. Now the answers are in minute, so convert it into minute. So this can be written as 125 by 100, and if you have to convert it into minute, we have to multiply it with 60 because there are 60 minutes in an hour. Now it will be 0 cancel, 5 2s are 10, 5 2s are 10 and 5 5s are 25, then 2 3s are 6, so you will get 75 minutes. So I think B option, yes, B option is the correct option. In this way you have to solve the first numerical. Now the second question was the SI unit of acceleration or deceleration. So they have the same unit because deceleration is also acceleration, negative acceleration. So meter per second square, very easy question. Then question number 3, the area under velocity time graph represents distance covered or displacement, B velocity, C acceleration, and D none of these. So area under velocity time graph. So this is time axis, this is velocity axis. So if we calculate any area under velocity time graph, suppose we are calculating this area, it means velocity into time. So velocity into time will give the displacement, as you know. So it will be distance covered or displacement. So A option is correct. Then question number 4, a particle is moving along a circular path of radius 1 meter. So question 4 is again a numerical. So suppose a particle is moving in a circular path. The circular path is like this, and its radius is given 1 meter. Okay. With a uniform speed, the ratio of distance covered to the displacement in half rotation. So suppose it starts moving from point A and reaches to point B, just opposite to this center O. So this is half distance, this is the half distance. So you have to calculate the ratio of distance covered to the displacement. So distance covered in half rotation or revolution. Distance covered in half revolution will be, in full revolution, as you know, it will be equal to circumference of the circle 2 pi r. So it will be simply pi r. Now r is how much? 1 meter. So pi into 1, so it will be simply pi m, isn't it? Now distance covered. Now displacement. Similarly, displacement in half rotation will be simply A to B, the straight line distance between initial and final position. So initial position is A and final position is B. So this AB distance is the displacement. So AB is simply diameter. Diameter means R plus R, isn't it? R is 1, so 1 plus 1, so it will be 2. Now you have to find out ratio of these two quantities. So distance by displacement. So ratio of these two will be simply pi by 2. So pi by 2, it means B option is correct. B option is correct. Then fifth question is, rocket works on the principle of conservation of linear momentum, isn't it? Then sixth, inertia of a body is the quantity measure of its velocity, acceleration, mass and force. So I have discussed earlier that inertia depends on mass of the object. So C option is correct. Then action reaction forces act on same body, act on different bodies, act along different lines, act in the same line. So it is very simple that they act on different bodies, but I think someone is asking me in his WhatsApp number how sir action and reaction forces act on different bodies. So giving an example, suppose I apply a force on this board, isn't it? So I am applying force on the board, that force is action force, isn't it? And as a result, the board is also applying a force in my hand, that is reaction force. So the action and reaction forces are acting on different bodies. Here the action force is acting on the board and the reaction force is acting in my hand. Action force is applied by me and the reaction force is applied by the board. So these two forces are acting on different bodies. So B option is correct. Then eighth question is again a numerical. An object of mass 100 kg is accelerated uniformly from a velocity of 5 meter per second to 8 meter per second in 6 seconds. The force acting on the object. So this is a direct question based on the formula. So as you know, the force acting on the object can be calculated by using the formula F is equal to mv minus u by t. So writing, we know that this is question 8. Actually board is wet, that's why the pen is not working. Let it be dry. But children, you can directly use this formula, that F is equal to m v minus u by t for question 8. Mass of object is given, it is 100, and from question it is clear that v is 8 and u is 5. So 8 minus 5 and t is 6. So it will be 300 by 6. So 50 Newton. So D option is correct, isn't it? So in this way we have discussed the objective questions. Now we will discuss the theoretical question of set A. Set A, first question was, under what condition is distance and magnitude of the displacement equal? So several times we have discussed that when object is moving in a straight line path, the magnitude of distance and displacement are equal. In beginning of my classes, I have explained that with a reference to a figure given in NCERT book, that the object start moving from point O, it reaches to point A, then cross B and finally C and return back. In that one we have discussed that yes, if object moves in a straight line path, then magnitude of distance and displacement are equal. So you have to write a single sentence that when object moves in a straight line path. Second, consider three quantities, time, velocity and acceleration. The product of the units of the two of these quantities gives the unit of third. Which is the third quantity? So very simple question it was, but so many students are not able to solve it. So the quantities are question, this is of set A. Question 1 and the second part. You have to think the quantity and their units. Time is given, velocity is given, and acceleration is given. These are the three quantities, and you know their SI units. So time is second, velocity as meter per second, and acceleration is meter per second square. These are the units. In question they are asking that if we multiply two quantities, then it will give the unit of third. So the two quantities are, you see, if you multiply these two, it means meter by second square into second. It means acceleration into time. So 1 second is cancelled out, we will get meter per second. So this is the unit of velocity. So you have to write the name of third quantity. Which is the third quantity? So the third quantity is velocity. This is the third quantity. Now question number 2. An object of mass 100 kg is accelerated uniformly from a velocity of 5 meter to 8 meter per second in 6 seconds. Calculate initial and final momentum of the object. Also find magnitude of force exerted on the object. So the same question, magnitude of force, now we have calculated, but here you have to calculate initial and final momentum also. So this is question number 2. I am calculating only the initial momentum. So initial momentum. And children, you will get marks when you will write the formula for initial momentum. That it is mu. Then mass is how much? 100. U is how much? 5. So 500. So many students have not written the unit. You will not get full marks in such cases. In this way you have to write. Similarly, final momentum. So many students have written directly 800. So how? You must write the formula so that I can see you know the formula. Then substitute the values and then write. Now you will get the full marks. For 1 marks for this, 1 marks for this, and 1 marks for calculating the force. Then question number 3 is name the physical quantity denoted by slope of distance time graph. So slope of distance time graph. So suppose this is time and this is distance. Generally we represent it by letter S. So distance by time. Distance by time will give what? Slope of distance time graph. Distance by time will give speed. So we can calculate speed from slope of distance time graph. But if you will write velocity, then it is wrong, because we can calculate velocity from displacement time graph, not with distance time graph. So when I ask distance time graph, you have to write speed. Slope of distance time graph will give speed. Then area under velocity time graph. Area under velocity time graph. So here you see how area velocity time graph, and the area will give the displacement. Area under velocity time graph will give displacement. Then B part of third question, set a truck of mass 500 kg moving at 4 meter per second collides with another truck of mass 1500 kg moving in the same direction at 2 meter per second. What is their common velocity just after the collision if they move off together? So directly this question was based on law of conservation of momentum. So question 3b. Let mass of truck is 500 kg. So M1 500 kg moving with initial velocity is 4 meter per second or 44 meter per second, collides with another truck of mass 1500 kg. Mass of another truck is 1500 kg, moving in the same direction at 2 meter per second. So u2 is given 2 meter per second. What is their common velocity just after the collision if they move off together? So after collision they stick together and they are moving. So they have a common velocity. So let v1 is equal to v2 is equal to v is the common velocity. They are not moving with different velocity after collision. They entangle together and they are moving together. They have a common velocity. Let that common velocity is v. Now, from law of conservation of momentum, you all know that m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. Now substitute the values. So it will be 500 into 4 plus 1500 into 2, and here we will write m1v plus m2v because v1 v2 is equal to v. So this can be written as 2000 plus 3000 is equal to v is common, m1 plus m2 is 2000. Therefore common velocity v will be 5000 by 2000. So if you will simplify, you will get 2.5 meter per second is the common velocity. So 3 marks for this question. Now set B questions are: calculate the acceleration of a body which starts from rest and travel 87.5 meter in 5 seconds. So let us discuss the question of set B. In set B, question number 1 is: calculate the acceleration of a body which starts from rest. What you have to calculate? Acceleration. So put a question mark against A, and it starts from rest. So initial velocity is 0 and travel a distance 87.5. S is given 87.5 meter and time is also given in how much second? In 5 seconds. So time is given, distance is known to you, initial velocity is known to you, it is 0. So you can use second equation of motion to calculate acceleration. So I am writing S is equal to ut plus half 80 square. Now S is 87.5, u is 0, so this term will be zeros. 0 into t will be 0, so it will be half. A we have to calculate and t is how much? 5, so 5 square. So it will be 87.5 is equal to 25a by 2, or we can write 25a is equal to 87.5 into 2, or we can write a is equal to 87.5 into 2 by 25. So remove this decimal and put a 0 here. Now simplify it. So simplifying it with 5 5s are 25. Here 5 1s are 5. 5 7s are 35. 5 5s are 25. Again we can cut it with 5 5 10s are 5 3s are 5 5s are. Again with 5 5 2s are 5 7s are. So 14 by 2. So 7 meter per second square is the acceleration. So you will get 2 marks for it. Now question number 2. First part is name the type of motion in which a body has a constant speed but not constant velocity. So think over it. You have to name the type of motion in which body has a constant speed but not constant velocity. So when I was teaching the topic uniform circular motion, we have discussed that when a body moves in a circular path with constant speed, its motion is called uniform circular motion. But during uniform circular motion, velocity is not constant because the body is continuously changing its direction along the path. Although its speed is constant, but in a circular path, its direction changes continuously. So, the type of motion is uniform circular motion. Now, the second part, define momentum and write its unit. So, momentum is a product of mass and velocity directly, and its SI unit is kg meter per second. Very straightforward question, simple question. Then third question is the velocity time graph for a part of a train journey is a horizontal straight line. What does this tell you about the train velocity and about its acceleration? Okay, so let us discuss this question. Suppose there is a velocity time graph. So as you know, we take time always on x-axis and velocity on y-axis because time is independent quantity. So for a part of train journey is a horizontal straight line. So suppose the graph is like this. Here we are getting a horizontal straight line. So suppose graph is like this. So initially with time velocity is increasing. Okay. So accelerated motion. But if graph is horizontal, so what it shows? Horizontal means if you mark, suppose this is 0, this is 2, this is 4, 6 like this, and time also, suppose this is 5, this 10, 20 like this, time is given in second. So if the graph is a horizontal straight line, it means the velocity of train is fixed. That's why you see as the time passes, in 5th second its velocity is constant, in 6th second, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11, 12, 13, 14. In this way, during this time interval, there is no change in velocity. Its velocity is fixed, that is 4 meter per second. So if graph is a straight line, then train velocity is constant. Velocity is constant or uniform, it means. And what about acceleration? If velocity is fixed, velocity is constant, then obviously acceleration will be 0, because acceleration is change in velocity with respect to time. So there is no change in velocity during this time. Velocity is fixed. There is no change in velocity. This is 4 meter per second because graph is a straight line parallel to time axis. So no change in velocity with time. So acceleration will be 0. Acceleration is 0. So this you have to write 1 marks for writing velocity is constant. and 1 marks for writing acceleration is 0. Then the second part is a numerical, and the question is given in NCERT book. Also in examples, a force of 5 Newton give a mass m1 and acceleration of 10 meter per second square, and a mass m2 and acceleration of 20 meter per second square. What acceleration would it give if both the masses were tied together? So I think you can just go through the book and see, because earlier we have solved these questions several times. So simply you have to calculate the mass of the object, because force is equal to mass into acceleration. So mass is equal to force by acceleration. Force and acceleration are given. For both the objects you can calculate the masses, then add the masses, and same force is acting on them, so you can calculate the acceleration. So 3 marks for it. So this is all about the first term question, children. Okay, I will be available today on Google Meet also, and from next class, you all have got the routine. From next class we will start a new chapter, that is in gravitation.